Right. President Cyril Ramaphosa is leading a presidential Imbizo in Limpopo. The 8th installment of the public participatory district development model is taking place in the Feta-Homo-Tubadze local municipality in the Sekhukhune district. The president has been engaging with community leaders in the area. High on the list of the challenges facing residents are persistent water shortages and sanitation woes. That's despite the region being home to such large dams as the De Hoop and Flag Boshelo. Other issues include high unemployment in an area which boasts rich mineral deposits, including platinum and coal. The Sekhukhune district has changed mayors 3 times in the last 24 months. There are also issues that will come into focus during the Imbizo. Let's get more on this. SABC News political reporter Natasha Piri is live in Limpopo for us. Very good afternoon to you, Natasha. Take us through what's happened so far.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Nzinga, and of course to our viewers once again. Unfortunately, the program has not started. It was supposed to start at 11, but Nzinga, it seems to be problems. There seems to be problems here. Members of the community are now getting agitated. They've been outside here waiting since as early as 7 a.m. Nzinga, the program was supposed to start at past 11 or quarter past 11, but what you're seeing now are people actually camping outside. And of course, we are told that one of the other tents where, members of the community are supposed to be sitting are not set up. And Nzinga, really, it is an indictment on the organizers of this event and the officials here in the program, because, as covering, this is the 8th Imbizo, and as covering and noticing what actually happens at these Imbizos, the tents are normally set up a day before. But when we came here in the morning, that was not the case. People are now getting restless standing outside, because you would understand that a number of people actually want to raise their grievances. They want the president to hear, what challenges they actually have an encounter here in the Sekhukhune district. I mean, you've mentioned quite a number of important facts there, that there have been 3 mayors in under 24 months, and that speaks to the instability of local government here. People are complaining about the lack of service delivery. The potholes, the roads are quite bad. You mentioned the water, the issue of water, and that despite having 2 dams, nobody, the residents of this place don't even have running water, in their homes or in their backyards. There's also the issue of, no sewage facilities, and these are just, some glaring problems within this place, because Limpopo, is a place where, we've got a booming economy, and like you've mentioned, that this is a mining town. You'd expect that this place would actually be developed, but Nzinga, it really is undeveloped. Other issues that also face and that plague, this province or this area is the issue that's been dawning headlines since last week, the issue of construction mafias. We were just talking with my colleague Mahlako Komani, who was also covering the story, that, a man actually got shot not so long ago recently, so this is an issue that a lot of contractors actually complain about in this area. Of course, you would know that some trucks were actually torched here in this province. So these are just some issues that the community has raised and hopes that, government will actually resolve. And despite there being 2 proposed economic zones, the first one being the Musina Makado special economic zone, which was launched, some people are saying that, listen, they haven't seen the fruits of this project. And there also is the other economic zone that is proposed, and that is the Feta-Homo-Tubadze, of which we're in the Tubadze municipality, which is said to be around the tune of 25 billion rand, that actually is said to benefit communities around here. But unfortunately, the communities of this area haven't even seen the fruits of this, very project. So hopefully we'll be giving or we'll be getting various answers from the officials and from the president and his ministers, and that's if the program would actually start on time. But it really is an indictment there on the officials of this province that the tent isn't even set up. Some facilities aren't even set up in this area. What is the problem? They knew as far as 2 weeks ago that this Imbizo would be happening here. And I mean, really, it is really a problem. I mean, people are agitated. People really want their issues to be resolved. The issue of water, I mean, it's been a long time coming. And Nzinga, we've been seeing water project after water project after water project to the tune of 30 million being launched in the area in Nzinga, but I mean, there are no water pipes. Where has the money gone? And these are some of the questions that we'll be seeking as SABC News today.
Natasha, I can see that there's people from the community right next to you. I wonder if we can briefly get their voices and find out what they're expecting and how they're feeling.
Definitely, let's just talk to some of them. So, Mama, Rabana Halele, Mokamonte, Yagokena Kamohare, Lengagore, como President, Lady Minister.
Comme president sa re mo letetse go tloga forogo ka 6 a bonagale re nyaka go mmotsa gore a rena ditsela a rena mebereko a rena metsi a rena motlhagase rena ba bang re feditse sekolo re flo dula re itjalo a re bereke ka tala gore a gona mebereko
ka taba ya mmereko mama jwang because I mean this is a mining town gona di mine tse dintsi
mo di mining mo ba re ba thola bana ba mobu wa disa mine o ya di khoshing a se ngwana khoshu ka tsene and ba bitsana ka se family
mama wena o tshaba bolela ke mama etla
nna ke modudi wa mo wa 22 ke tswa ke le ka lefelo le ba re ke taung ke mathata ke shala ke tlile mo ga boseking ya ka go bona president ke mo khopela gore a sobele mo a e ka taung se go ndirisi fela gona mo president a le go ntse mo gausi mo re khaba ke le re tha re fa sepela le tlapeng dipula di ana bana ba rena ba ka go tsewa mo dinokeng dipula di na ba kgonne go sekolong o sontse re ngwana ya sekolong o rule dieta o mmele go motshedishe noka matshitjera ba bone bana kana go dipula sekolong dikolo tsa rena di ka moshola meetsana mo ile gore bana ba palla go sekolong dipula ge ding
and problem ya dikolo tsa mona I've realized, and according to the stats that Kokta, bana ba mo aba ye sekolong ba bangata ba ntshi ba bona ba ye sekolong
ka baka la gore go ne thuso ba banga bane batswadi ba banga baneng ke mo ka le boeta pele ba rena bo gone go tsana tsana mo jajang bo lebella bana ba ditšhuana gore ba gone go ba thusa gore ba ba ishe mmuso ba ishe dikolong
ko posutele papa
hello ya na ke malaji ke tswa modimo le ka kwa modimo le ba no kenya di apolo lights a di lights a tso botata ba tsona ke gona le sekondiri ke half ya sekondiri gona di mine ngwe ba re ke tshwe ke nama one nearest le rena a rena metsi a rena next ra sokola pleke wa kushishi
so na gana gore di problems tsa lona di lo ba solved today ha le fetso bolela le president
rena na today ka Ramaphosa o tlile o tla kwa dillo tsa rena gore a etele ka kwa modimo le line ya ntswane a bone di apolo ke di tletse nageng di kontri ke di half ma bridge a gona ma bridge di tsela ke di bumpara bana ba sokola ke bothata.
Let's just have one more guest papa ko posutele mo or bothata
ke ona le issue ya land re le tsena mo le bona ona land engwe golo mo ke agricultural land e se tswela pele irrigation scheme since ba ya establish ka 2001 even today re ntwela ga function so re gopela president gore antiven a dire job creation mo
but we understand gore that land is communal land also belongs to the
host. No, it's not a communal land. This is a state land.
Okay.
It's a state land. Yesterday we rena le minister to go to this re mo di patele gono re nyaka re dire raba stamp mo la go president gore ba tsoshi land go fihla mo la ka ba 1000 hectares if ba ka tsosa youth ya mo tlo bereka ka mo
well Nzinga, you've heard it from the residents of the Sekhukhune district themselves. Issues of unemployment topping the agenda, saying that despite there being a lot of mines, since this is a mining town, they are not hired. They also raise the issue of traditional leadership, that listen, if you're not familiar with the traditional leadership in the area, you will not get a job at the local mines. An issue that is of concern, especially in this economy, we've got 70% of youth unemployment. Is that the people, the young people in this area do not go to school. You've got about 10,000, over 10,000 young people who have actually matric, certificates or degrees. Around over 91,000 don't even go to school, which is a huge problem that they've raised. The issue of land as well, saying that there is vacant land that they could use. They've raised these issues with the minister, Togo Didiza, saying that listen, we want to work the land, and this land will then afford young people in the area work opportunities, employment opportunities, but this is not the case. And I think for the hope for these residents who are agitated, you've heard the women earlier on saying that they've been here 6 a.m. in Nzinga. The hope for them is that they will be able to raise their grievances and be, given ample time to actually raise their grievances to the president, to the various ministers, but really really it is a huge concern that at this time the program hasn't started in Nzinga. And I mean, as they've said, the roads coming in here are terrible. Just going out, how will people actually go out? Because there are gravel roads, there are potholes, massive potholes, and these are some of the concerns that were actually raised by the residents here.
All right, Natasha Perry, SABC News' political reporter, bringing us the story from Limpopo, and is going to be following it for us. Thanks so much for that, Natasha.